Okay, hello everyone. Today I have invited Maya again to talk about a topic that is how to
I'm
cultivate
ready to
a
go.
thankful mindset. How to cultivate a thankful mindset. So, Maya, what does having a thankful mindset really mean in today's fast-paced world?
That's a great topic. I think having a thankful mindset is about actively noticing what's good in your life, even the small stuff, instead of constantly focusing on what's missing or what's not working out. It's almost like retraining your brain to look for what's working instead of what's broken. And I can imagine in today's world with how much is constantly coming at us, that's a real skill.
Why do you think many people struggle to feel grateful despite having so much?
I think we're basically wired to fixate on problems rather than sit with contentment. Our brains are kind of hardwired for survival, always scanning for what could go wrong, what we need to improve, but modern life makes it worse too. Social media shows us everyone else's highlights, constantly making us compare ourselves. Plus, once we get used to something nice, a job, a house, good health, it becomes normal and we stop really appreciating it. It's like hedonic adaptation at play, where we take the good things for granted and keep chasing the next better thing.
Okay, it means they do not feel contentment after having what they have instead of they wish for what they don't have.
Exactly. It's like chasing this imaginary finish line where we'll finally be happy, but it keeps moving further away because we don't actually stop to notice how far we've already come.
Okay, so how can gratitude impact our mental health and daily happiness?
I think gratitude does a couple of things. Neurochemically, it seems to boost dopamine and serotonin, those feel good chemicals in your brain. But beyond that, when you actually focus on things you're grateful for, your brain physically can't dwell on negativity at the same time. So it's like actively rewiring yourself to think more optimistically. Daily happiness probably goes up because when you notice good stuff, you tend to experience more positive emotions throughout the day. It's a small shift in focus that adds up over time.
Okay, so is gratitude something we are born with or it can be developed over time?
Um, I think it's definitely something that can be developed over time. Some people are naturally more inclined to see the good side of things, but gratitude isn't some personality trait you're stuck with or without. There's actual research on neuroplasticity. Basically, your brain physically changes based on how you think. So the more you intentionally, practice gratitude, the more natural it becomes. Think of it like building a muscle. The more you work it, the stronger it gets.
Okay, so what are some simple daily habits to start building a thankful mindset?
A couple things come to mind. The really basic ones are things like starting or ending your day, listing 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be big things. You keeping a gratitude journal where you actually write things out is also pretty powerful. But even small things like actively saying thank you more often instead of just thinking it, or pausing for a moment during a meal to appreciate the food can make a difference. I've heard that keeping a gratitude jar and writing thankful thoughts on slips of paper that you pull out when you need a boost can work well too.
Okay, so it means we should say thank you and make it as a habit to pay regard to the other person that has did something for us, or even to our creator that has given us a lot of things that many don't have or many only wish for.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not just about being polite, it's about actually taking the time to notice what people are doing for you, even small things, and genuinely acknowledging it. It's like you're turning your attention towards all the good stuff that's already in your life instead of just waiting for more good stuff to happen. Plus, you're right, remembering to be thankful for what we already have good health, a roof over our head, basic freedoms puts things into perspective.
Yes, you are saying right. Basic freedom is also we need to pay gratitude for. So, how can someone stay grateful during difficult times or failures?
That's the tougher part, right? When things are going wrong, it's easy to fall into just seeing everything negative. What I've read is first acknowledging the hard stuff. Trying to force gratitude when you're truly suffering just doesn't work. But then it's like reframing the question, can you find anything at all to be grateful for in that situation? Maybe it's a lesson learned, support from people around you, or simply the fact that you're still here and can keep trying. It's not about pretending everything's okay. It's about finding that tiny bit of light, even in the darkness.
Okay, so can practicing gratitude change our relationships with others? How?
I think it can absolutely shift relationships. So when you feel genuinely thankful for someone, it creates this really positive cycle. You're more likely to notice their good qualities and tell them about it, which makes them feel appreciated and more connected to you. That kind of positive feedback builds trust and deeper connection over time. Plus, when you're grateful for someone, you're less likely to get caught up in the small annoyances or grievances that can wear relationships down. It's like a little shift in focus that makes everything work smoother.
Uh, how do social media and comparison affect our ability to feel thankful?
Ugh, social media is a tough one. It basically makes us compare our everyday reality to everyone else's highlight reel. You're seeing these perfectly curated moments, but you're not seeing the behind the scenes messiness that everyone deals with. So it creates this unrealistic standard to measure yourself against. The constant comparison can completely kill gratitude. You're always wishing for what other people have instead of appreciating what you actually do have. That's why I think a lot of experts recommend being super selective about who you follow and how much time you spend scrolling.
Yeah, it's very important to see to whom you are following on social media so that you would not, go under pressure and to um, uh, involved in comparison. Okay, so what is the connection between gratitude and success?
I think gratitude and success feed into each other. When you're grateful for what you have, it makes you more optimistic and resilient, which means you keep going even when things get hard. That resilience matters in achieving goals. Plus, studies show grateful people tend to have stronger relationships, which also provides support when you're working towards something big. There's also something about being grateful for what you already have that makes you less likely to get caught up in a never ending cycle of chasing more. You can actually enjoy success when you reach it instead of immediately wanting the next thing.
Yeah, I love this yours point of view that whenever you make some relationship and you will be showing gratitude towards him or her, that strengthen your relationship for the long term, not only for immediate results. Right? So, what are the three powerful exercises someone can do daily to feel more grateful?
Okay, if I had to pick three simple daily exercises, first, the gratitude journal. Write down three specific things you're grateful for each day. The more specific, the better. Second, I like that thank you habit. Make it deliberate to thank people for even small things throughout the day. And third, gratitude meditation or moment of reflection where you just sit quietly and actually feel the feeling of gratitude. Try to remember times you felt happy or supported, or recall small moments of joy. It's not just about the thinking part, it's about letting yourself actually experience the grateful emotion.
Yes, meditation is great for um, giving
Yeah.
gratitude and showing thankful. Um, it's a great way. I have practiced it many times, and that's a great way if you can make it as a habit. So, how can journaling help in developing a thankful mindset?
Journaling itself does a couple of things that help with gratitude. First, just the act of actually writing it down forces you to actively think about what you're grateful for instead of letting it float by. Second, it creates this record you can go back and read when you're feeling down or discouraged. And finally, it helps you notice patterns. You might realize you're grateful for certain people or experiences more than you thought, or that gratitude seems to go up when you practice other habits. It's like a little time capsule of goodness you can revisit whenever you need it.
Okay, if a person is negative and uh, not always say thanks to you for your efforts that you did for them, so what you should do in that case?
That's actually really common. I think you have to adjust your expectations a bit. You can't control whether someone else chooses to be grateful. Instead of getting hung up on their lack of acknowledgement, maybe focus on being grateful for your own generosity and the satisfaction of helping. That way, you're still getting the benefit of gratitude internally, even if you're not getting it back from them. And honestly, sometimes it's okay to scale back on efforts if someone is consistently negative or unappreciative. Your energy is valuable, and you want to spend it on relationships that lift you up, not drag you down.
Okay, so um, what advice would you give to someone who feels stuck in negativity?
Well, that's such a common situation. I think the first step is just being aware that you're stuck in a negative pattern. Just notice it without judgment. Then maybe start really small. Make a conscious effort to find one tiny thing each day that's actually okay. Like maybe the sun was shining today or your coffee tasted good. It sounds simple, but it starts retraining your brain. If one thing feels like too much, with just 5 minutes of gratitude meditation a day. And honestly, being kind to yourself through the process, negativity runs deep. It takes time to change. Don't beat yourself up over the bad days.
Okay, so my last question is that if you could give one message to the audience about gratitude, what would it be?
If I could give one message about gratitude, it would be this: gratitude isn't about pretending everything's perfect. It's about seeing what's already good in your life, even when things are hard. It doesn't make the tough stuff disappear, but it does make it easier to carry. Start small, practice regularly, and let gratitude become your quiet superpower.
Okay, so thank you so much, Maya, for joining me. And today we have discussed a very important topic, that how to cultivate a thankful mindset and how to show gratitude, so that you can be more peaceful mentally and physically. So thank you, Maya. I'll invite you again with some another topic as my guest. So for the time being, bye bye.
Thanks for having me, Uzma. This was a really good conversation. I'm looking forward to it. Bye.